Hello, YouTube. I was on Above Top Secret today, and they posted this Internment and Resettlement Operations Army Manual, right? And it's from February 2010, but I'm sure it's still very relevant. I will put it in the description box below, but just in case, you can get it from these two lovely websites as well. I just want to go ahead and share the chapters with you. There's 10 chapters to it. It's called Internment and Resettlement Operations. Chapter 1 is titled Internment and Resettlement and the Operational Environment. Chapter 2, Internment and Resettlement in Support of the Spectrum of Operations. Chapter 3, Command and Staff Roles and Responsibilities. Chapter 4, Capture, Initial Detention and Screening. Chapter 5, Detainee Operations. Chapter 6, Detainee Facilities. Chapter 7, Confinement of U.S. Military Prisoners. It's getting better, isn't it? Getting good. Chapter 8, Rehabilitation of U.S. Military Prisoners and Detainees. Chapter 9, Parole, Transfer, or Release of U.S. Military Prisoners and Detainees. And Chapter 10, Resettlement Operations. Now, this is a 326-page manual. I did not read it all. But I'd like to go ahead and get to I'm going to take to page 59, where we get to Chapter 4, the Capture, Initial Detention, and Screening. And apparently it's going to be the military police who are going to be the ones who are responsible for receiving, securing, processing, and interning all us Christians, veterans, patriots, whatever you want to call it, the people who will gladly have their head chopped off instead of getting their microchip. I don't know if I'm speaking for you, but I'm speaking for myself. I mean, I'm not speaking for you, but I'm just saying me. I'm not, suicidal crazy or anything like that, but if it comes down to it and they're like, get the microchip or you'll get your head chopped off in a guillotine, I will put my head inside that guillotine and I will pull the cord myself. Promise you that. Anyway, let's read another thing here. I want to read this 4-2 is pretty funny. The number of detainees captured by U.S. Armed Forces at any given moment, or any given point, can range from 1 to hundreds, depending on the scope of the operation and the elements involved. While 1 or 2 detainees may not create a major challenge, a large number of detainees require significantly more soldiers and resources and pose increased security risks to soldiers and themselves. Detainees must be safeguarded to include provisions for adequate space, food, and waste disposal. These tasks are manpower intensive and can cause significant delays in onward movement and divert unit assets from primary mission. Ain't that neat? I wonder if they're talking about FEMA camps and they're talking about adequate space, food, and waste disposal. And I like how they talk about how it can range from 1 to hundreds, and while 1 or 2 detainees ain't a big deal, but more of them, now that could be a problem. That's just so funny. These guys, I tell you what, they're amazing. I mean, they got manuals talking about dealing with us. They got little graphs and charts and illustrations and all this stuff. You got Department of Homeland Security, Social Security as well, too, buying up hundreds of millions of rounds of ammunition. They're buying up armored trucks, armored tanks. They're conducting drills over every major city where they have Black Hawk helicopters included flying around, shooting blanks down from who knows who knows if that's really what they are. You've got the stuff like the National Defense Authorization Act, where they can pick you up off the street and throw you in prison, detain you for no charge, no nothing. And then they have manuals like this that are titled Internment and Resettlement Operations. And you can also go back and look on the Army website where they were looking. They had applicants. They had job applications for this whole thing specifically. They were called Internment and Resettlement Specialists. They were looking for people to fill those positions because these FEMA camps were all of a sudden getting activated like a year or two ago. So they're doing this stuff right in front of everyone's face, and it's just conspiracy all day long. There's nothing to it. It's unreal. But not us. We're not asleep. Thank goodness. I'm awake and proud to be awake and proud to stand with each and every one of you because I know in the end it's all going to be okay. So I love everyone out there. Thanks to everyone who supports me in this channel. Thanks to all my teammates and subscribers. See you on the next video. I will post this below. See you later. Bye-bye.